everyone, I'm Bonnie Krebs and welcome to Watercolor the Art Impressions Way. Today we're going to make this little Christmas door. This is a really versatile stamp. The image on the front shows it as a snowy door for Christmas, but you could easily make this a summery one as well. You can just leave this little line off of here where the snow is, grow your vines up over it, and have a really cute, beautiful summer image. So that'll be coming at, a little farther down the road, so we'll be sure to give you lots of ideas on how to use this image. So to start with, let's do this image here and make this snowy. So let's start out by inking the main image. This is the basic door, and we're going to use the number 86 because this is a really snowy scene and it's mostly white. So we're going to start with an 86, which is this African violet. So anything that's white is never uncolored. It's going to have a color, and that's the shadow, and that's what the number 86 is. So when we go to pull this out, that's the color that we're pulling out. So we're going to stamp it on the watercolor paper, just like this. And we're going to pull this color out of the lines. That's how we're going to start. We're going to start just by pulling this color out. And under here, under the eaves, this is going to be really dark. So we want to really keep that dark under here. And just brush this down. Follow this line out here and here. This inside the doorway, this would be really dark. And under here. Inside this little lantern. And up above here where the snow is, we don't really want to color down on this line. We want to color up, because the way to show that something is white is to surround it with color. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're pulling this color up and out. And this is all just water. Dip your brush in water, pinch it off, and then keep going. Just follow all these lines. This line inside of here where the door is, it's going to be dark. Along here where the snow is, also dark. And you can see how that's really starting to look like a little watercolor painting. Just keep pulling this color out. Okay, so let's add some color to the door. But first let's do the, let's do the wreath first. So this little wreath comes with it. So let's stamp that in the center of the door. So I'm inking it with the pine green. See if I can get this in the center here. And then just add water. And we're just touching all these little lines. These are delicate little tiny lines, so they don't need a lot of water. We're just blending them, make it look like a little watercolor painting. Just dab. And take a red, use the fine tip, and just make some little red berries. Just freehand these. Just put them wherever. This really adds a lot of detail. Okay, now let's add some color to the door. And we're going to do that from the palette. So I'm using a little of this number 17 blue. And I'm just going to take a little of this color and just begin to brush it onto the door. On the sides is where the color would be the most concentrated, and in the center it's going to be the lightest. So this is a process we want to just start with a little bit at a time and gradually begin to add the color. And as soon as that's dry, we'll just make another coat. All of this area in here would be very dark, especially up in here. So let's add a little more color in here and in here. Back behind the wreath. And try not to color everything in solid. I know I say that over and over again, but it's so important because as soon as you color everything in solid, it's flat. And when you're coloring things like the boards, you know, the boards that are on this door, if you leave the little areas on the side white, it sort of looks like the boards are coming up. It gives a lot more texture to the door than if you try to color it all in solid. So leaving white areas is always a good idea. And just remember the areas on the side are always the darkest. And I kind of feel like this is an old rustic door anyway, so it's not going to be smooth. And just keep putting this color on. This under here is going to be really dark. You could even pick up a little more of this dark blue, the African violet, and really color this dark in here. Anywhere that you can get a contrast of really dark to light, it's going to give you dimension in your image. It's going to make a huge difference. Okay, let's add some sepia now. Sepia is number 45. This is for things that are outside, rocks and tree bark and doorknobs. I'm going to add a little color to this lantern. Under here, some color to the door plate, and then some color to this little boardwalk. And again, see where the lines are dividing these boards? Just leave those white. Don't pull this color all the way across. That's pretty good. It's about all we need to do. So let's add the little logs in here. These are so cute. And this area on top, this is the snow. So we want that line right there to be that African violet, and the rest of this is sepia. So let's just ink this all up, except for that very top line. We want that to be African violet, because that's where the snow is. And then we're going to pull the color out of the lines, just like this. And this area on the top, we're going to pull that up. Remember, when we want things to look white, we want to surround it with color. And then we can drag this down. You could take a little of this blue and just add some snow here to the house. It would be so cute to add some glitter to it, maybe wink of Stella, and make this really snowy for Christmas. This would be make a beautiful, beautiful card. Be sure to sign and date. It's going to be different every time. Thanks so much for watching.